Hello everybody, this is day 13 of my S-Type rebuild. Today I try to get a little bit further with removing the engine accessories, and I will start right away with the alternator. The alternator is mounted to a bracket here on passenger side. It's attached with one bolt on top that has its head at the back side, obviously not to interfere with the accessory belt that was mounted in front, and another bolt down there. Due to lack of space, the upper bolt head and also the electrical connections at the back are only accessible from the wheel well, and therefore I have to remove this splash shield first. And to access the big splash shield, I have to remove this little one first. The splash shield itself is attached with plastic screws on the top and the bottom. You may have recognized getting these plastic screws or rivets out was a pain in the ass. One was already detached, the two other ones haven't been a problem, but the last one rotated but didn't come out. So finally I had to cut it through with a Stanley knife. Yes. As you could see, Mission Impossible completed. The upper bolt is out, and now I tell you how it was done. First of all, my solution isn't for everyone, and not for nothing. The official workshop manual recommends to detach the passenger side engine mount and lift the engine to gain access to the alternator. To do it with the engine in place, you need relatively small hands, a certain amount of feel, and finally the bolt mustn't sit too tight. I couldn't access this bolt from the wheel well, the hole remaining there between the car's body, the subframe and the sway bar is far too small and the angle too tight for properly handling a ratchet. Instead, I used the 10mm hex socket together with a short extension and a small ratchet. The extension has to be equipped with a joint, otherwise this assembly would interfere with the exhaust manifold directly behind the alternator. When choosing the ratchet for this job, you may consider the distance between the center of the bolt head and the car's body is only 15 centimeters. Getting this socket onto the bolt head can be a little bit tricky because of the wiring harness besides there, but once you have achieved that, this part of the assembly counter holes underneath the exhaust manifold, and you just have to pull upwards to release the bolt. Now I'm trying to unscrew the lower bolt. I'm now trying to detach the battery cable that's connected at the back side. As always on this car, the wires are far too short and the plugs stubborn, so it's a pain to release them, but finally the alternator is out. If you like my content, please give this video a thumbs up. See you back next time. Goodbye.